So I want to talk about something that I know a lot of people have observed and noticed, but maybe haven't said the quiet part out loud. How people show up fast for emotion. Um, you know, Social media, if you send a birthday post, if someone passes away, if there's some big event going on, most people will respond to those kind of things. But I've observed that when you're building something, when you're growing in an area, when you're stepping into something new, it gets cricket symphony quiet. Um, and I started to ask myself the question, why is that? I'm an analyst, so my brain works very analytical. So I was pondering the thought. And what I've come to understand is I think we've learned how to react, but we haven't quite learned how to support one another. Um, I think it's easy to respond to emotion. I think that's at the core of it. That really doesn't take a lot of effort, but supporting someone's growth, that takes intention. Um, because growth, I think, forces you to look at your own life, and not everyone wants to do that. So instead, what happens of, leaning in, people just kind of scroll through like, nope, not taking that in. And sometimes I feel like it's a little deeper than this surface level analysis. I think familiarity plays a role. Um, I think people tend to remember who you were and therefore struggle to honor who you're becoming. Um, and then there's this. I think the other thought would be celebrating someone else requires a level of humility that I don't think most people are willing to expend. I'm thinking about, if I'm happy, I want to be happy for those who are happy. And I know the good book talks about that in Romans 12:15. Be happy with those who are happy. So when we're good at showing up when something goes wrong, we can also be good at celebrating someone while they're rising, while they're building something. Even if it's just a phone call to say, hey, that's really great. Someone's telling you about something and you're like, it may not be your industry. It may not be something that you're interested in per se, but just to acknowledge and give someone else a push, that's free. Um, and I think that's where a lot of people hesitate. So here's the shift. Real support isn't reacting. It's choosing to show up even when nothing is wrong. So I'm choosing in this season, and I'm speaking to myself because I don't think I've always gotten that right either. So this is not a preach to the choir moment. I am choosing to be the person who doesn't sit in the shadows, but I choose to be the person who supports growth out loud.